Hi, it's Kathy Vick. I'm just gonna do this impromptu doodad. Mostly because I woke up thinking, if I really do just want to do a video about, I don't know, a check-in, well, I'm the one making the rule saying I shouldn't do that, so I can break that rule. If I want to, I can do that. Wow, okay, cool. So, I just have to tell you that it is very true. I express myself, this riding point thing, the one who pays money to the grocery man or whatever, negotiates traffic and crap. Well, this is what I've been seeing change. I reviewed, this is like, okay, well, all that weirdness is done. It's like, did that really even happen? What the hell was that with that? What? And why? And what? Like that. So I was looking at some of these videos, and I just want to tell you, the part of me, I knew it was done, right? I just knew it. Sunday night, that whole thing, okay, another chapter done. It's like when you write a novel, when the end is. Patrick Here's Voices was just done. It happened that it was a little over the deadline amount that you needed to be a NaNoWriter. That was the only time I was ever a successful NaNoWriter. But it was done. I could have gone on and on, but it was done. Like when I went from Deeply Awake to Deeply Awake Entangled to, what else did I do? Ascension Field Notes. Different periods when I just knew my consciousness had shifted. So when they said on Sunday night, just wait till tomorrow. Well, yeah, pretty much. Wow. Yesterday was a different day in my consciousness. I just was different. Better, clearer, better. Just all day long. And I realized it was totally appropriate to do exactly as I did yesterday. So, yay. And today, well, I've decided that I will comply with my guidance. So I just want to say what's happening right now is really what Krein's been talking about for kind of a while, I guess. He mentioned it in there was one tape he mentioned it. Thought, wow, that's so pretty. That's what Michelle Karen says about me in my past lives, and that's what I really want to do. Isn't that pretty? When you're in your, and then around, I would say, yeah, I would say, like by June of 15, I was truly on other time. That's when it started. And I knew the gateway. I knew what happened. I had to state my truth in a way, and I created a healing situation in the middle of great chaos. And it was good for me. It was hard, but it was just handled so perfectly, in my opinion, for me, so expertly. And I just knew that something had shifted, and I had to leave it. I left a job. It was just not a good fit, and but I did it in such a way, and it was really quite hostile, and on their part, and it was all personality based, pretty much. Well, yeah, I was. They probably had better nurses. I was a little bit, what would you call it? This wasn't at the top of my game, but I wasn't the devil. But you never would have known talking to them. And I handled it in a way that was really very adult. Really amazing. Really amazing. And I watched them as they tortured others and made things really humiliating, and they did not. They left me alone. They left me alone. They let me do as I told them it would be. And it was just, I sort of just set the tone for how they were going to treat me. And it was amazing. And ever since then, it's just been a crazy kind of synchronicity that is beyond simple explanation. And it feels really good. And so that's what I consider this wall-to-wall being meditation, because I don't know which one it was, but Bikram said something like, everybody wants to know how to meditate and where to meditate and how to do it and blah, blah, blah. All right, so here's the deal. How many times do you meditate? You meditate once. What? Just once? When? Do I go someplace special? No. You meditate once and you never leave. You just never leave. And that's truly, truly, truly what's going on with me. And it really is nice to have a disembodied entity attached to a sane and kind and beautiful and benevolent human being, guiding not only me but thousands of other people who are having questions about their consciousness, that kind of thing. So I do want to say that I want to explain why it is that sexuality is part of this whole thing. I really want to state it very plainly before I let them come through. I think this is about mother energy. I feel really moved by this. I might cry. To me, this is mother energy, not father energy. And by mother energy, this is a different kind. This isn't single mother energy, okay? This isn't trick to pay the rent kind of mother energy. This is coupled, partnered, equal, verdant, fertile, mother energy. How does a mother become a mother? Huh? When does the Madonna whore thing get put down? Just laid aside. When does a person who's trying to just get by and figure things out and has a big mouth, and it always acts in such responsible and loving ways, get shamed? It just, this culture is mistaken in the way it looks at sexuality and looks at itself. I really think that a lot of it has to do with just accepting some simple things about ourselves and stopping the projection and the monsters and stuff. And I have found profound soul communication and healing and communication with Creator through sexuality. And I think it's really okay to talk about and so I just have to really get over being hurt or angry at someone thinking I'm a whore, because I prefer to speak this way. So if that is where you're coming from, then that's going to be just fine with me. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing today, I think. Because people have issues with their sexuality. If they didn't, there would not be pedophilia, incest, rape, sexual violence, objectification of male or female. It wouldn't happen. Because the person would be in profound respect and alignment with their own sexuality, and by virtue of that, their own vulnerability and power. And it wouldn't make sense to talk about another's experience with their sexuality in a way that wasn't respectful and consensual. Pure and simple. So that's why it's a simple nod. And, if you're there, awesome. I know a lot of people who are very, very integrated. And it's a pleasure to watch them move through their reality and find others. We all have our issues. We all have our fears. But I saw how, for me, this creates this whole situation, the whole sexuality thing, the whole relationship thing, was like a slide that changed my consciousness from seeing people who had happy faces to seeing snarls and just slipping into something that was really unhealthy. And there are reasons for that, and I really understand the healing involved in feeling better, so that there isn't an automatic, misunderstanding or group of misunderstandings that just poison everything. It's kind of cute in the end, but profound. So anyway, that's why. I just think that it's important for people to get clear, and we have had thousands of years of misinterpreting some really basic things about female and about male. And it's time to rethink these things. They're brand new thoughts. And I think the old thinking that spirituality can only be really effective or appropriate if it's impersonal, positive, and non-sexual. I mean, the personal stuff comes with the giving of hope and the confirmation of experience. But when was the last time you heard a channel talk about something down and dirty, or trying to figure out how other people are behaving, or looking at a mass consciousness that is difficult? How many? And how many further talk then about sexual relationship and other relationships, work relationships, and application of spiritual principles, of which there are only a few, and they are coherently expressed throughout. As within, so without. As above, so below. That's an oldie but a goodie. What you get is what you give. I mean, there are just so many that are just immutable laws, but not that many. Bashar has 4 or 5 that, change is the only thing that's constant. Well, we all know that. I mean, it's just stuff like that. So that's what I'm doing, and that's where I'm going. So it's a good thing. And in the meantime, I'm still grappling with what I do in the real world. So because I'm feeling the tick-tock is running about at the same amount of volume as we need to set a couple things up then. So okay, alright, I'll listen to them. So that's what I think. And I think that no one's doing it wrong. It just doesn't matter. It just doesn't freaking matter. I think, people who get drunk in bar fights and get drunk and have bar fights and slidey alley sex are just doing it fine. Keep going. And those who are in wonderful monogamous relationships, keep on going. Just rocking. Do whatever you need to do for you. And if it's finding God in, sacred sexuality practices, keep on going. I, for myself, it's just like a cosmic joke. Because the only thing that makes sense to me is to be partnered. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. But it's like with somebody whose integrity I would never question. I couldn't. And whose love for me I couldn't question. And they can't. It's not possible to question my integrity. And hopefully I would feel that love. And if you got that combo, Well, then, every day is a choice, isn't it? Holy crap. I'm not signing a piece of paper promising that I'm going to like the house I live in 20 years from now. I'm certainly not going to put a ring on your finger and promise I'm going to like you in 20 years. What if you turn out to be a dick? What if I have something happen that you just can't deal with? Okay? So let's just not do that. Instead, let's just know that when we're together it's a temple, and we'd prefer to sleep and eat and do everything else in the temple, and there's no reason to ever leave the temple, but we go out of the temple but we stay in the temple, and we both go do our things, but we're always in the temple, and it's just understood. That's what I want. So in the meantime, yeah, I got some time to kill. That's how I figure. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm certainly not doing anything against anyone's will, and I have a big blabbermouth, and I like to see more. I don't know. I like to play with image. But I like this granny with a gingham apron on, and oh, can I make you some cookies kind of thing. We're like, oh, can I come up and give you love? I love you so much. Oh, hug me, please. Hold me from the back and make me feel like a woman. Oh, thank you. You want some coffee? It's like that. I wouldn't hurt a fly. Neither would I be I just don't do naughty things. I don't go out of my way to hurt people when I know they love me. So I don't misbehave when I'm in a relationship, actually. I know some do. Oh well. Such is life. That's all I have to say. I'm gonna let them come through, because then we're gonna go on a road trip. Bye.